First of all, thank you for that standing ovation. Thanks, David, and welcome to all of you here at the nation's, not just the state, but the nation's first LEED. And LEED is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Airport Terminal anywhere in this country. And we're very proud of that. The 15,000 square foot facility behind me is the gateway to Oakland County. And we knew it was time to upgrade and build a new terminal when last year we saw the Wright brothers out on the tarmac. So every Fortune 500 company will come through these doors at one point in time throughout the course of a year. And we know that first impressions are lasting impressions. And you're either going to make a good one or a bad one. And we want to make a positive impression of people who are seeing Oakland County for the first time. Now this terminal shouts out that Oakland County is progressive, committed to technology, energy savvy, and we know a few things about marketing. And there are some wow factors that await you inside. Let me go over some of the green features first with the first LEED certified terminal in the United States. Off to my left, and some of you won't be able to see it, but you'll see when you go inside, are wind spires on the ground, and they obviously capture the wind and create energy. Solar panels on the roof behind me, which between the two of them will generate 15% of the electricity needed by this terminal throughout the year. Also to my left are two electric car charging, in fact we got a couple of vehicles being charged now, electric car charging stations. There's a solar hot water heater on the roof. A geothermal well is buried over here in this lawn, and it helps cool the building during the summer and heats it during the winter, reducing our heating and air consumption by over 50%. Plus there's lighting efficient fluorescent and LED lighting. They're shaped like wind foils when you go into the terminal. And my favorite green feature of all is one I mentioned back in my State of the County address. I had the 2011 address. We call it the living wall. When you enter the terminal in just a few minutes, look to your right. You'll find the living wall installed by Plantera from West Bloomfield Township. Not only is it interesting and I think a really clever architectural feature of our terminal, but it serves even a green function. It helps purify the air. Our living wall is a vertical arrangement of tropical plants, watered by rainwater we collect on the roof and stored from the roof in a reservoir down here. And if you look very closely at that green wall, just for the fun of it, I hit a marijuana bush and see if you can find it. The plants coincidentally maintain their moisture through the use of aviation foam in which they're planted, and it's a vertical wall. Part of the wow factor when you enter will be when you see the lobby of the terminal. Suspended from the ceiling is a Pitts Special biplane owned by a famed Michigan stunt pilot, Henry Haig, and it's on loan from the Kalamazoo Air Zoo. I want to make sure that they point out to welcome to Oakland County on the other side of the terminal. It's artwork. It's a sign on the other side by the ramp. This sign definitely is a wow factor as well, and I've been talking about for the last few weeks. It is a glass sculpture of Michigan surrounded by blue water, also sculptured. It was designed by an artist named Laurel Fife, who lived in Clarkson and owned the Fox Fire Glass Studio in Pontiac, a local artist. And it's a brilliant piece of artwork, I'm sure you will agree. The sad note is, the day it was to be installed, Mrs. Fife was going to her studio to retrieve her artwork, and she was in a tragic auto accident and was killed. So my condolences to her family, if any are here, and we will have a separate ceremony for the Fife family over by the artwork in a couple of weeks. But wait, I'm still not done giving you some of the highlights of this building. An airport has to be certified by the federal government. And this airport, in the early days, was the Pontiac Municipal Airport back in 1930. Dave, can you help me there? This is the actual certificate given to us by the, in those days, Department of Commerce. Today it would be the FAA. And back up just a foot if you can, David. The number. On this official number. 00001. Oakland County was the first airport ever sanctioned, ever certified in the United States of America. We held the #1 certificate. Having an airport, of course, we want to participate in the air fairs and air tours, as they call them, when they fly around the country. We participated in our first air tour back in 1929. Here's a certificate to prove it. This is the National Aeronautic Association of the USA. This is the contest committee. Gave us the approval, signed by Orville Wright. No kidding. So we got a little history in this airport. #1 in Orville Wright. So It's things we uncovered as we obviously built out this new terminal. I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to some of the key players that made this beautiful facility a reality. Maybe, Dave, you can help me with the plaques. The first one goes to Frank Rewald and Son, the construction managers, which utilize more than 3 dozen subcontracts throughout southeast Michigan. And accepting on behalf of the corporation, Frank Rewald and Son, is Frank Rewald. And Frank, I won't read the whole certificate, given the 90-degree heat out here, but know that we appreciate your construction management and all you did to bring this thing on time and under control. We also have the Newman Smith Architecture firm, which designed the terminal, and accepting on behalf of Newman Smith is Steve Leachman. Steve, here we are. And Bob Peckham of Peckham Engineering, who retires from a distinguished 56-year career. This will be his last project. We were delighted to have his talent brought to bear here on the Oakland County International Terminal. He's considered the dean of architects and engineers in the region and in the state, for that matter, when it comes to airport design and the actual development of it. And Mr. Peckham is here. Bob Peckham. You know, none of what we celebrate today happened by accident. Obviously, it takes the work of these talented experts in their field. We also have a lot of talent in-house, and Dave Vanderveen, who's been at the podium and has spoken, he'll speak here in just a moment. I spent close to 4 decades out here at the airport, making sure that over those decades we have developed this real gym when it comes to aviation, and capping it off, of course, with this new terminal. And Dave has with him, of course, Carl Randall, who's the on-site manager, and Pat Shull, who I think was here when this certificate was first signed by Oracle. And, oh boy. I'm just teasing, Pat. And the entire airport staff who works out here, they really keep this airport looking like it is today. And thank you to a couple hundred people who are here today to witness this event. And at this time, there's one other person I'd like to bring back up. Of course, that's the Director of Central Services, who manages not only this airport, one in Troy, one out in South Oakland, or it was the old, what was it, Wixon, or? Oakland Southwest. So we have 3 airports, and a lot of time goes in to make sure these airports are as gorgeous and as useful, pilot-friendly as they are. Dave Vanderveen, please come up. David, I've talked with all the distinguished gentlemen from their various firms, and certainly talked to the staff out here, and it was unanimous that we show some gesture of our support for you, for all you've done for Oakland County International Airport. And when you all go inside, there's a conference room on the right-hand side you go in. Henceforth, that'll be known as the David Vanderveen Conference Room. So, David, it's an honor for you.